Cause my monsters are real, and they're trained how to kill, and there's no coming back, and they just laugh at how I feel. And these monsters can fly, and they'll never say die, and there's no going back. If I get trapped, I'll never heal. Yeah, my monsters are real.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MNSpiritCast Season 2, Episode 1. We appreciate everybody who tunes in and goes through with us on this podcast to kick off our second season. Just give me 1 second here. Figure something out. Let's put that there. All right. So if you don't know yet, my name is Marcus Welly, and I am the owner, founder, and lead investigator for Minnesota Spirit Hunters. As always, I have our assistant lead investigator, Lisa, with us. Lisa, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Not bad. And we have our paranormal investigator, Nicole, with us. Nicole, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not bad. So tonight, we went through a few complications with this podcast. As everyone knows, it's been broadcasted that we were supposed to have Travis Stubbs from Skip's Haunted Adventures on with us. Well, we no longer have him for tonight. I scheduled another guest, and they wasn't able to make it either. So we actually have leader or assistant leader of Spokane Ghost Crew, Richard Jensen, with us, and just introduce him here. Hello, Rick. How are you tonight?
Well, that was interesting.
Hi, Rick.
Hi, Lisa,
I've worked hard on getting this together.
Good.
Being it's
coming
our,
on today.
oh man, you're an absolute trooper for doing this. We appreciate you 100%. So if anyone hasn't seen Rick, he is known as our cardboard boy and our best friend from one of our best friends from the Spokane Ghost Crew. If you haven't seen the Spokane Ghost Crew yet, I was going through their YouTube page and found a scene that absolutely had me going, wow. So I want to share it with you guys. Check it out.
Come over here on the camera and look at this. That is a perfect
3. And another 3 right here.
That equals 6.
What did I know? What? I see 4 right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is documentation.
This one right here, dude.
Something
that's
just felt like it latched on to my leg. It didn't feel quite right. Just to get a close-up of it here.
That was the
You
flashlight.
can see the scratch.
Yep.
One right there.
Yep.
And then gouged skin and another one over here.
Yeah.
That's pretty wicked distance apart there.
Man. You just got the Trinity twice again.
There weren't 3 marks
2
on there.
times right now. Huh?
There weren't 3 marks on there.
The first one is 3. 3 marks.
I feel I need to leave the room for a minute to gather my thoughts, but this is too good of evidence.
Yeah.
You just scratched my leg. You gouged at my leg.
Why? Why don't you scratch me?
Higher.
So, Rick, what
Wow.
the heck is going on in that scene?
That was when we first started the what we call the J&R house. That was when Brian got attacked, and that I think it was our friend Joe, his daughter Bailey. That was actually her room that him and David were in.
So if I'm correct, they were actually investigating this room, and they had a couple of haunted dolls in the room, correct?
Yes.
Wow. And so these scratches, was that Brian that the scratches were on his leg?
Yeah, indeed they were.
So do you in your conclusion, was it the dolls that scratched him?
Doing great, you. Doing well. Better than your rest.
I'm not sure if it was the dolls itself or the entity that was in the house with us at the time.
Okay. Before we get any farther into this podcast, I want to give you a chance to explain who you are and what you do to everybody who's watching, in case anybody hasn't seen you on our show or any other show before.
Oh, I'm Rick. I'm the senior investigator from Spokane Ghost Crew and one of the founders of the crew. Nothing really special. Just I'm not no tech or anything like that. Just investigator. While my brother Brian, or you can call him Bubba, whichever. Him and the other crew members handle the technical stuff, like the EVPs and all that kind of stuff. So.
And let's not forget that you are the co-ghost host of the Spokane Ghost Talk.
Oh yes. I am co-founder and co-host of the Spokane Ghost Talk as well. Thank you.
Great podcast for anybody watching who doesn't know what Spokane Ghost Talk is. It is a show hosted by yours truly, Rick, and his brother Brian. Great show. I definitely recommend you to watch it. There are tons of great guests on the show. We have Ken Allen from the Wizard's Table. Greetings from the Wizard's Table podcast. Thank you for joining us, Ken. We appreciate you watching. So, I want to start this podcast by asking you guys, just a week ago, tomorrow will be a week, was Halloween night. So I want to ask you guys how your Halloween went.
I think that was the time I had my seizure, if I do believe, or
Really?
I think.
No.
So not so good of a night for you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sorry to hear that.
Are you doing better now?
Oh yeah. It takes about a day or so to get back to life after a seizure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, that's sorry to hear that. Honestly, didn't know about that, but that really sucks. That just wrecked your whole night, you know?
Yeah, nightmares of being epileptic.
Yeah. Well, you got to be really careful when it comes to that. Because, hi. You got to be really careful when it comes to that, because you never know what's going to trigger a seizure, you know?
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, all right, Lisa, how was your Halloween?
My Halloween, I actually went to my dad's grave. He's been deceased for 48 years. And I actually did a little bit of a investigation myself there to see if possibly my dad would come through, and I recorded some really cool stuff, even a video, which I didn't catch my eye in the moment at first until my lovely haunted Annabella doll had toppled over while I was doing a spirit box session. It was crazy because I was the only one in the cemetery. It was dark. and I could just hear voices everywhere. It was insane because I kept looking around trying to figure out like who's talking, and I was just like buddy wanted to talk there. So it was kind of cool though.
And before I show you that video right here live on Minnesota Spiritcast, Nicole, how was your Halloween?
It was pretty good. It was nothing special. My friend and I just had a bonfire and got really drunk.
Nice.
Did you see any ghosts? Did you see any ghosts?
Unfortunately, we did not.
All right. So check out this video from the one and only Lisa, assistant lead investigator for Minnesota Spirit Hunters, Halloween night at what's the cemetery called?
Hillside Cemetery in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
All right, take a look.
Hello, can you say that again? If anybody wants to talk, you can. I got devices here. This is like a radio. Dad, you can even come through and talk if you want. Grandpa, any other spirits? What's my name? Can you tell me my name? It's okay, I'm friendly. Oh my god, my doll just literally fell over. Hi, yep. Did you just knock over the doll? Was that you that knocked over the doll? Wow. Hi, hello. I'm here to communicate with anybody who wants to communicate. You come and tell me your story. I'm just sitting at my dad's grave. Hello. Anybody want to talk? You can. It's cool. Yeah. I already knocked my doll over. It's alright.
Wow, how crazy was that? North back.
That,
right.
That was nuts because like I didn't even and you heard that so I don't know if that would have been like my grandpa. So what's unique about my dad's grave site is my grandpa, his father, when he died when I was 16, he was actually buried in with my dad because that's where he wanted to be buried. And so his urn actually sits on top of the casket.
Wow.
Oh.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Let me tell you. It was kind of cool though, because I had to go back and watch it myself. Nuts.
Are we just going to ignore the fact of how you just said, did you push the doll? It said, yep.
Any dogs would take that.
What?
After the doll toppled over and you said, did you just push the doll? It said, yep.
So, right.
Yep. That was a clear male. Yep. And being in that cemetery, like every cemetery, there's a lot of spirits that want to come and talk and not sure, who that male was. Was it my dad? Was it my grandpa? But it was crazy because in the moment I wasn't hearing a lot, and when I went to relook at that video, I was like, "Holy crap! 2 things happened." So I definitely want to go back there at night now that we have. It gets darker earlier. I'd like to actually go back there with the team or whoever wants to come with, because I think it kind of there's a lot of talking over there, so it's kind of cool.
And you can catch a full investigation and episode at this cemetery during our season 2. So keep a lookout for that. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Brian James after all. Brian, what's up?
3-bedroom house.
Hi, Brian. How's everybody feeling?
What's going on, Brian?
Everything seems to be going smooth on my end. I took a couple days off, reevaluated shit, and ready to get back to the grind.
Heck yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you and Rick over here for coming. So I want to start. My next question for you guys is, I heard you were on October 31st, Halloween night, you were doing an investigation at the Roxy Event Center in Spokane. Now, I heard that didn't go the best.
It was October 30th.
Okay.
And, the co-host got way too drunk to do the investigation and then proceeded to say that everything that went bad was our fault. And then stiffed us out of like $300.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, but the bright side out of all of that. Actually, Rick, what is your take on that? I mean, were you disappointed? How are you feeling when all this happened?
I couldn't go because when we got to the building, there were flashing lights, and I would have been fish flopping everywhere.
Oh, gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, we are like Matt last night. We're collecting Minnesota people. Well, everybody, welcome our medium, Rochelle. Rochelle, what's going on?
Beautiful day. Was out working all day and went out to supper, and I'm home.
Awesome. Okay, so while we're on the fact of Roxy Event Center, I was asked by Brian to create an intro for this investigation. So the bright side out of all of that, I got the honor to create this opener for this episode. So Brian, with your permission, I'd like to put this up and show everybody.
First of all, that opening was badass.
Appreciate that.
And definitely rock it, man.
Appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take a look.
Viewer discretion is advised.
The Spokane Ghost Crew. Join us at midnight, Halloween night.
Favorite, the clairvoyant.
As lead investigator Brian and his crew take us on a spine-chilling, hair-raising investigation of this 32,000 square foot event center.
Let's go.
Built in 1931, being the toughest side of Spokane, producing the most poverty and deaths for years. Rumor has that the building was granted a curse. Being burnt down in mid-1978 and rebuilt in the heart of the historic downtown Hero Yard. This is the Roxy Event Center. I love it.
Good, I like that.
I like
Good.
Thank you.
I like that.
And see, if you can see, anybody who's seen the opener for our Edinburgh Manor episode, I kind of based Brian and Rick's intro off of that. That's my editing technique, and people just seem to love it. So as I was editing this and watching it piece by piece, I'm like, I think the Spokane guys are going to love this. You know, I thought it was pretty cool.
I liked it, man. That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Well, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I have to run in the other room for a second, but why don't you guys discuss what's coming up in the near future with Spokane?
Well, not a whole lot actually. We got a investigation December 3rd. We're pretty stoked about that one.
Nice.
Private or?
My microphone might be going out. I don't know.
There's a reason we call him Cardboard Rick. But it'll be a residential, and it is going to be a great investigation.
Okay.
Awesome. Are you going live for this one?
Yes, my 30-day ban will be up by then, and we should be able to go live.
Heck yeah, man. We can't wait to see it. All right, we got Mr. Paranormal Consultant himself. He says, I see familiar faces. Gee, who could you be talking about? So, big announcement. Last night on the Spokane, or the MNSpiritCast is now what it's called. I had officially asked Matt to become our official paranormal consultant for our team. So Matt is now on our team for any consulting that we may need. So you may see his face more than you want to. Sorry, Matt. But you're going to see Matt more often. So, and then we got the Spokane guys who love jumping on and being an extra pair of eyes for us. So
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. So Brian, we have you as our big guest next week on MNSpiritCast. How are you feeling?
Pretty excited, man. I was excited just to hop on and say hi real quick.
Absolutely. Hi, buddy.
Yeah, this little guy, unfortunately, has got to go to the doctor tonight.
Right. Poor
He's
guy.
got a pretty bad cough and a pretty wicked sniffle.
Oh, poor guy. Hoping for the best for you, man.
I appreciate it, brothers. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that seems to be going around a lot with like weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have to dip now, but I will see you guys next week.
How dare you speak of the truth, Mr. Paranormal Consultant?
I mean, he's
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Spokane Ghost Talk. You guys are very familiar faces with the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. You've been on our show a couple times, but I want to talk about Spokane Ghost Talk, which we've also been on your show quite a bit too. What can we expect from the Spokane Ghost Talk in the near future?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of just taking a couple days off to reflect on things, but I'm gonna be hitting that one podcast a day for 30 days still. So you'll have at least 1 to 2 podcasts every single day as soon as I pick up my phone and start doing them again.
Right. Right. And out of my people here, Lisa, Nicole, Rochelle, you guys have been on the Spokane Ghost Talk show, haven't you?
I don't think so. I don't think they have.
I remember, I think I was once a while ago. So I remember meeting you guys.
First there was barking.
Oh, I think you were.
It's awesome, my show, man.
Really quiet.
He's supposed to do a quick podcast, and then he's
What? Me? No, I'm pretty normal.
Yeah, admit it. You love being on the Spokane Ghost Talk podcast.
All right, so guys, Rochelle.
Yeah, but now it's like Matt's saying, right? That seriously, Matt? Wow.
So, Rochelle, before you came on the camera, before you came on the podcast, I asked all these guys how their Halloween went. So, I want to give you a chance to let us know how your Halloween went.
Is this like
Dragon. The balloon for 78 years. Of course.
Any kind of thing saying it's
I see your lips moving, but I can't make out the words.
Right.
Brian, turn your hearing aid on.
anything
I could almost hear something.
All right,
Can you
guys.
hear me now?
There we go. I can hear
There
you.
you go. All right.
Okay.
So, why don't you tell us how your Halloween went, since we can hear you now?
All right. So my Halloween went great. I was hoping to see the blue moon for the first one in 78 years. But of course it was overcast. So I still had a great night. I had only candles in the house and I sat and just chilled. It was awesome.
Ken, we will definitely do that. Me or Lisa or both of us will actually reach out to you after this podcast. So, yeah, we'll reach out ASAP. It is November 2021. Holy moly, I feel like this year just started. How are you guys feeling about 2021?
It sucked ass. About my kids getting older, and that was about the only positive side of 2021. And of course, meeting everybody on the paranormal team.
So it has been a big year for the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. We had open in 2020, but this year we have met all of the lovely people that we work with now. Spokane Boys, Matt, the Fun House, you name it. We've met so many great people this year, and that's probably the brightest side of 2021. So I'm thankful for this year, but I'm also not thankful for this year because I thought it was going to be better than last year. Turns out it really wasn't. So, but there are some ups to 2021. So I think of the meme, "This is fine."
Yeah.
All right. So, forgot what I was gonna say, but okay, I know what I was gonna say. So September 26th, 2022 is the Para-Unity Day for the paranormal, hosted by Paranormal Consultant. I want to ask each and every one of you, and I'm going to pick on each and every one of you. What does Para-Unity mean to each and every one of you? So let's start with our guests. Rick, you're kind of quiet over there. Let's start with you.
All you're going to get is a bunch of cardboard with that one.
I'll show you cardboard.
Wow, Rick.
No.
How do you really feel about that?
No, I like it when everybody comes together as one instead of putting each other down for the paranormal world and share the love and sharing love and hopefully turn skeptics into believers and
Absolutely. We have Casey Renner says, after seeing y'all with Matt the other day, I went out and got myself some motion activated LED strips and a motion sensitive cat toy.
There you go.
Brian, what does Para-Unity mean to you?
Man, it means the love and passion for this great thing that we do. We help people. We help explain the paranormal to all the naysayers. I think all of us as one, like we have with MJC and Mike and Matt, and Rebecca. I think everybody should jump aboard. because it's so much simpler being with each other than against each other.
Exactly. All right, Nicole, what does para-unity mean to you?
I mean, kind of what they said, but, just coming together to, support one another as teams and, sharing the passion for what we do and meeting new people, I think is really fun too. Meeting other teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who, when they look at us and or they ask us what we do, and we tell them we do paranormal investigations, they think it's all a joke. There's certain people who think it's a joke, it's not real. Well, the thing with paranormal is nobody should be in it for the profit. The way I look at it, we're here to help spirits. We're here to help clients. It should never be about profit. If you get a profit out of it, it's called a tip, and that's absolutely not required. But with what all three of you said, I absolutely agree. Meeting new people and just sharing the love of the paranormal. So, Lisa, what does para-unity mean to you? Lisa, what is
It means to me is coming together with all, if they are very successful in this field or not. Everybody needs the support equally. Keep the negativity out of the chats and trying to judge others' work is not okay. We all have our own opinions on stuff, and we all have the right to share our things and share our beliefs and what we see without judgment. I actually saw this in a group today about a lot of negativity chatting. And when I see that, I go in there to support the person whose group it is, because the negativity needs to go. I mean, it's bad. Yeah. Some people believe, some people don't believe. Then you have 100% believers, but no matter what you believe, we just come to support each other. And I believe when we go on to groups, we should be them. Thank you.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Rochelle, para-unity, what does it mean to you?
Unfortunately, I have to dip out.
Everybody that believes in the paranormal, maybe the non-believers as well. Plus the fact that you've always been called a freak or weird because you know things as a medium. And it's nice to see somebody out there. And when we all get together and we are the normal ones. I'm sorry. To me, it's like the people that are on the outside looking at us going, oh, you guys. And so it's like we're the ones that it's nice to have everybody together that knows what's going on and really sees the stuff.
Absolutely. Well, Brian, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you popping on and saying hello. So we'll see you next week.
Love all you guys.
Good luck with the kids.
Love you too, man. See you later. Awesome. So,
Brian.
With all that being said, para-unity Day, hosted by the one and only paranormal consultant, is September 26, 2022. Who plans on going?
Hopefully me, because that would be an awesome belated birthday present.
Absolutely. And the fact that Matt has a big festival
there, Rick, for sure.
Do what?
The point that Matt has a big festival based on the paranormal, kind of touching on what everybody said. This to me is an opportunity to meet some new faces, meet some faces in person, and just get a chance to hang out, investigate together on the same side of the camera instead of always being virtual and not seeing these people in person. So I think it's going to be really fun for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Now remind me, where is Para-Unity Day again?
I believe it's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Right, Lisa?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question.
Yeah, they shut down like 3 towns, and they have a big old festival. So we're gonna go. We're gonna have to
until now,
get rooms or whatever we're gonna do and get as soon as possible. So we have a place that we can stay at, or else, Matt, since you're on here, if we don't have a place, over, we're coming.
Huh?
For the month and over 3 days. But hey, who's counting?
All right, so Rick,
Yes, sir.
I believe we talked about this before, but what makes you when you're doing an investigation with the paranormal? Is there anything that makes you say, I don't want to do this anymore? Is there anything that makes you just kind of question everything?
Not really. It's for me. It's a passion, man. It really turned into a passion.
Absolutely.
And before my mom passed, she really enjoyed watching our team grow and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
she absolutely loved it.
And
So,
how long have you and Brian actually been doing this professionally?
we're going on 8 years, brother.
Wow. Okay. And you've done over 300 locations, I believe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Out of
yes,
all
indeed.
three, actually, I'm going to ask a question that Matt asked last night, and once again, I'm going to pinpoint all of you. Out of all of the locations you've been to, what is your favorite location that you would absolutely love to go back for another part?
And for me, it's either gonna be it's gonna have to be St. Ignatius Hospital in Colfax, man. That's my absolute favorite place to go for investigations.
Right.
And okay, I take that back. One more other place now. It's Idaho State Pen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sounds fun. Well, guys, we have another face right here with us. This face is kind of familiar, and he's the big guy, a big supporter of one of the biggest supporters of Minnesota Spirit Hunters. Everybody, welcome Matt Barron, paranormal consultant.
Big guy. Wait a minute.
Hey.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Nice.
Give me 30 seconds. If you guys haven't figured out yet, I'm at work, so give me 30 seconds to be right back. But
Absolutely,
I got something to say.
All right.
Rick, just because you're in trouble.
So, Rick, in the meantime, I have a question for you.
I'm in trouble now.
So, you guys have been together as a team for 8 years. How
Yes.
have you guys been able to hold yourselves together to be successful?
I've been mainly keeping our.
Thank you, Josh.
I've been keeping our page alive when it was down for the entire time. We didn't get any investigations, but I kept adding people and adding people and adding people, and just keeping it going.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Matt Barron fan
How
on with us.
important do you believe
Who's
that
that?
a team
Kendra
must work actively to communicate well?
Say that one more time. You were cutting out pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm at work, so it kind of stinks.
Me too.
Get this thing to work.
You stink, Lisa?
So how important do you think it is for a team that is successful? Huh?
All we could hear was
Okay, I'm
I
not gonna
stink
ask
or
that
it
question
stinks.
anymore.
So
I do. I smell like pizza.
So, how
Internet.
important is it for a team to what, Lisa?
I'm just gonna promote my sweatshirt. That's all I'm gonna do. Sit here like that. Promoting sweatshirts. That's how
Yeah.
you support. That's how you support your teams, man. Wear their stuff and get on a podcast.
Right there, boom.
I work with too many of y'all to start wearing everyone's stuff at the
Yep.
same
See.
time.
Now, what was it, Lisa? How important is it for to what?
Okay. So so for you,
Mhm.
do you think it's really important that a team communicates effectively with each other to have?
To have what?
I'm gonna text you. I might have to text you
Communication, Rick.
because it's not working.
It could be my microphone. You never know.
I mean, it is Rick.
See, Matt knows.
Oh,
Matt knows. There you go. See.
Well, Matt, you said Rick is in trouble, so we're all ears. You have the floor.
Oh yeah.
Well, Rick's always in trouble, so that's nothing new. I just want to say Rick's in trouble. So you guys, what I wanted to jump on real quick and just say, because like I said, I'm at work. It's para-unity. The main reason for this is to show firsthand how big of a community the paranormal is, how many people there are, how many like-minded individuals there are, because I feel like one of the things besides, these teams out there who are looking for that, extra dollar and risking everybody else's reputation through faking evidence, charging clients, all that crap that we are all stand against, we need to support each other. And I figure what better way to do that than a face-to-face, because we can all sit here and go live on our own channels. That only goes so far. But the fact that we're all getting together for one event and then we can all go live and represent each other and show the community and just basically plaster the internet with para-unity. What better way to do that than in person?
That would be a blast.
Hats like I have. That's the goal.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. So Matt, while you're here, can you just fill us in a little bit about Para-Unity Day? Like, we know that you shut down three different towns. What is the plan for Para-Unity Day 2022?
So, quick version is this event is going to be held at what's called the Bloomsburg Fair. The Bloomsburg Fair here in Central PA is a huge event that literally, like you said, Marcus, does shut down 3 towns for the most part. And thousands of people come from all over the East Coast to come to this fair. I mean, you see people from New Jersey, New York, Virginia, all over. So if there's anywhere we're going to get any exposure, it's going to be here. And basically what we're going to do is we're all going to meet up off site. There's a mall not too far from where the fairgrounds are. We're going to meet there so we can all carpool, hence, because parking sucks. And we're going to hang out for a couple hours at the fair in uniforms, promoting each other, seeing each other, meeting each other, all that good stuff. Afterwards, anybody who wants to, I'm going to take you to some of my local haunts. The day after, though, is going to be the big event for everybody. I'm going to take whoever is interested to Gettysburg. Ooh. And we are going to tear that place up.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, and like it says in my description on Paranormal Consultant's Facebook page, if anybody needs help finding anything out, whether it's hotels, whatever, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help out.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah.
Can't wait for that, man. Cannot wait.
I'm excited. Never
Right?
been there before.
Appreciate it, Liz. Thank you very much for being on with us tonight. What I want to talk about our
Liz,
December.
So everyone, Marcus.
What's up?
So Liz is a really good supporter for a lot of us paranormal teams. She is really awesome to come on everyone's podcast and give positive feedback. She's great. She messages me every morning her time, like all these messages and stuff, and it actually helps me start off on a really good day. She's an awesome person.
And for that, Liz, we thank you very much. It's great to see people. We recently discovered Liz, and Liz came on. We've seen Liz on a lot of different shows supporting the team, and we couldn't be much more thankful for you to come on and be supporting our show. So, all right, so we got a guest here.
Rena.
Hey guys.
Hi, Rena.
I'm still here, guys.
Oh.
She's addicted to podcasts.
She is. She is.
You're welcome, Liz.
Thank you, and you're welcome. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit because we are creeping up on December 18th and December 19th really quick. If you don't know what that is the next big Minnesota Deer Hunters investigation. It's going to be at a venue called the Boyd House LLC. We're going to have some familiar faces as guests on there. Rick and Matt being some of the familiar faces. So, how are you feeling about this, Rick?
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be cool, man.
I think he broke himself.
No, sorry guys. I'm getting my self-injection. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be. It should be a good one.
Absolutely. Are you still with us, Matt?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to put you guys in my. I'm in store right now. I had to put you guys in my pocket, waiting for my next delivery. So I'm still here. I'm still here.
You're good. All right. So, my guys, how are you guys feeling about this?
I'm very excited. It's going to be a long investigation, though. How long is it? 23 or 25 hours?
25 hours.
It'll be fun, though. I'm very excited.
Thank you very much, Liz. Yeah, she's addicted to podcasts. You're going to see her quite often. She loves these podcasts. Every time she knows I'm on one, she wants to come on with me. So Debbie says, "Oh, she's adorable. Thank you very much. Appreciate it." Yep, she's just a show off. She wants to be seen. You guys have any questions for Rick or for Matt?
I got one for Rick.
Well, I tried to have a question, but my internet.
I got one for Rick. When are you gonna get a headset that actually? When are you gonna get a headset that actually works?
I knew something like that was coming.
What, are you psychic too? You a medium too?
I could very well be.
I couldn't resist.
She's getting excited, guys. You hear that?
I hear that. Apparently, she's questioned too.
Are you part of the
She's like, all
Unity? Do you like Unity? Are you a supporter?
I was laughing. She just threw up right now. Do you like Unity?
Oh boy, Matt. So Matt, we were before you
Rick,
you came
where'd
on
you go?
camera.
We lost.
Sorry, I was doing my self-injection.
Before you came on camera, Matt, we were talking about your Paracast show that we were actually your guest last night. Yeah, I know. I know.
She's mad. I wasn't there.
So, what can we expect from the Paracasts in the near future, Matt?
Well, first of all, I have to say this. I have a very, very special and huge announcement tonight that's going to be airing live. I'm not going to give out any teasers, so deal with it. I have a couple of really, really amazing guests lined up. I have a very special video coming up. I think it's not this weekend coming, but the following weekend. I have a very special Friday video. It's going to actually be 2 videos. One's going to be during the day. The other one's going to be at night. My night video is going to be with Matthew Tyler. He's coming back on for part 2. He's begging for more. I'm trying to fill up my December. The rest of November's filled, and I'm starting to fill up December. But actually, I do have a very special video that I need to speak with actually Minnesota, and Spokane Ghost Crew about. But we're not going to give out those details either. Sorry, guys.
Awesome. We have a question. We have a question here that says, "Hey, Rick, and where's the best investigation you have been on?"
I'm sorry, I had a dog barking. What was that?
So Liz wants to know, what is the best investigation you have been on?
Let's see, the best. Let's see. There was one in Wallace, Idaho called the Jameson Hotel. That was hey, Bubba, what was the Jameson Hotel? Well, wasn't that a brothel or a B&B? It was an old school brothel. It turned into a B&B.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. Liz also wants to say hi to Matt. Matt, you have
Hey, Liz.
There you go. And Jason says, "Sorry, guys and gals, I've got to go, but shared it out." Thank you very much, Jason. Thanks for joining us, and have a good night, man. Did you want to ask any questions?
Be right back, guys.
All right.
Hey, how you doing? Busy.
I'm actually leaving work, so I have to jump off after 5.
Nope, you're all set.
Thank
Have a
you
great night.
so much for on for us tonight. It was great. And I'll talk to you guys soon because I actually gotta jump out of here right now.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Hi, Lisa.
See you later.
This is for my nerves to get like kind of
Delivering in a truck is not the greatest.
Right.
I bet.
I kind of want to pick on you for a minute.
Jeez. Okay.
All right. So you have and you talked about this on last night's show with Matt. Before you joined Minnesota Spirit Hunters, you went to, what was it, the Nopamine Sanitarium here in Duluth, Minnesota?
Yes.
Okay, that was weird.
Okay. Yeah, so that has always been a dream of mine to go to the Nopamine. How was that for you? Because I think when you told me about it, you said you were, what, 17 years old?
I think I had just turned 18 because I think you had to be 18 to get it. So it was my very first big investigation. So I was very inexperienced, but there were people there who knew what they were doing. And it was really cool. That place was super active. There was shadow people everywhere. And we got really cool responses. And I remember at one point I was upstairs and I actually heard a woman whisper hi, like with my own ears. And that was like really cool because that was like the first time that was ever happened.
Right.
Yeah, it was definitely my favorite investigation I've ever been on.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the place is closed down now because it's like falling apart and there's black everywhere. So
Wow.
Can't go back. I actually got bronchitis after I went there, so
Ooh.
probably for the best that it's closed. But it's unfortunate.
I'm glad you mentioned that because ever since I started working in the paranormal, I've noticed that there are some places that we will potentially be going to where you got to be so protected because you could walk away, with anything. There's a tuberculosis hospital that they used to treat tuberculosis clients in.
Mm-hmm.
This place looks absolutely phenomenal. I'd love to investigate it, but you never know. You need some great protection for these type of investigations. So, it's crazy. So,
Are you talking about Waverly Hills Sanatorium?
I believe that's the one. I'm not quite sure what it was called. I don't remember. So
I know that was a big TB ward back in the day.
Oh yeah. That might be the one I'm talking about. This episode was actually, this place was aired on the Ghost Adventures TV show, and that's where I learned about it. And ever since I've seen it on there, I'm like, man, I gotta get in there. It looks freaking awesome, you know?
Nope. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I'm gonna step away for a minute. I have to go to the bathroom. Be right back.
All right. We got
And
Stuart.
actually, folks, I have to get going for right now. If you guys are still on, just under an hour. I don't know how long y'all are planning. If you want, I'll hop back on. Otherwise, Minnesota guys, I will catch you guys tomorrow. And Marcus, I need you to get a hold of me as soon as you're done, brother.
Okay, sounds good to me.
And I'll get on Rick and Brian. You know how they are.
Oh yeah. All right,
everyone, enjoy your night.
Yep, talk to you later.
Hey, Matt.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, Rochelle, I'm gonna pick on you now.
Uh-oh.
Out of all the places that you've been to, what is your favorite place? And I don't mean just places that you've been to with us, like your favorite place that you've been to in general.
You know, last night I said the Palmer House, but we went to Sturgis Park, and I hadn't opened myself up for a long time. And there was a little girl there that she didn't have a good life when she was given to her so-called aunt and uncle. Anyway, she had passed away, and it was the first time I actually got to see a spirit again, happy and spinning. And she was happy, and she wanted me to go talk to her grandpa and grandma. And I'm not up to that yet. But she was happy, and she was okay. But she had a terrible life. It was a terrible death. But she was okay with it now. So it's cool to see that and be able to know that I can still go and help people.
Absolutely. And if anybody is interested in what Rochelle is saying, don't miss us on November 20th, because we will actually be at Sturgis Park doing a live investigation for you guys. So we're really excited for that, and we can catch Rochelle's skills live on right here on Facebook. So welcome back, Rick.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm doing all right.
How was the bathroom?
Refreshing.
I've got a question for everyone.
Let's hear it.
Might have an answer.
What is your favorite piece of...
Excuse you?
Randy knows.
Jeez.
What is your favorite piece of evidence that you've ever captured?
Ooh. That's a good one.
I know what mine is, but I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Favorite piece of evidence. That's okay. I'll tell you my favorite piece of evidence.
Let's hear it.
When we were at Ripley's, believe it or not, in Wisconsin back in June of 2021, Rochelle and I were on the very top floor of Ripley's, and I was using the spirit box, and Rochelle was using. Are you done? I was using the spirit box. Rochelle was using the K2 meter, and for the first time ever, when I was using the spirit box, I actually got a clear and full response out of the spirit box. It said Lisa's name. I have never heard it say a name before. I never got a clear response. So that's my favorite piece of evidence.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
What about you?
Rick?
Well, the best piece of evidence where we caught when we did our first investigation, which we like to call it legit, in our house. We were upstairs. I was sitting on the edge of a coffee table, and our buddy Trevor was sitting left of me, and I got this overwhelming sensation of just high, really, really, really high energy. I'm like, holy hell, dude, take a picture now, do it now. And he caught an apparition standing behind a brother sister.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow. Stuart says, "How are you guys doing tonight?" We're doing fantastic. Well, I know I am.
Yep, doing
Oh yeah,
good. Hi,
I'm
Stuart.
doing pretty good.
Thanks for joining us, Rochelle. I'll give you the floor in a second. We got a few comments here.
Yep.
So Liz says that will be brilliant. Marcus and the Minnesota Spirit Hunters. I'm looking forward to that live. Yeah, you can catch us. I think it's at 10 a.m. on November 20th. So don't miss us live right here on Facebook. Paranormal Consultant says still here, just listening now. And Liz says, "Hi, Stuart." All right, Rochelle, favorite piece of evidence.
Mine is kind of all the time because when I walk in and I see something or hear something, and we either take a picture or you guys come behind with the EVPs or we catch them talking in the spirit boxes, it's just nice validation that every time I feel it, it shows up and it's like, boom, it's there and you guys catch it. I'm like, it's nice to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Raina.
Very chatty.
Hi, honey. How you doing? Yeah, did you see Ghost with Daddy? I thought so. So no, mine isn't all the time. It's just nice to have the validation behind what I'm seeing and talking to the whole time, and then you guys come behind and we validate it with the machine, whatever we have with us.
Absolutely. She is talkative, and it looks like she's having fun. You got any questions for everybody? How about you, Rick? Do you have any questions for us?
Not that I can think of.
Rochelle, you have any questions to throw out there?
We talked about like what's everybody's favorite equipment. What's their thing? Okay, so what was everybody's scariest moment?
Scariest moment.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Because we all say we're not scared, but there's always something that scares the hoo-ha out of you sooner or later.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
So Rick, what was your scariest moment?
We were in one of our local cemeteries, Greenwood Memorial Terrace. We were doing a night investigation, which I don't recommend anybody going to cemeteries without consent or contracts from any cemetery.
Right.
Sorry, dying over here. We were going through this section called the endowed section, which there's a lot of people who died when Spokane was first being made. They didn't have the money for headstones, so they were just marked where they laid.
Oh wow!
And they were uncared for. Mm-hmm. So when you walk, the ground kind of sinks in where they're buried. So we don't really walk in that section anyway. We were going through there doing the EVP, and I randomly just, ow, what the hell, And I looked behind me. There's nothing there, but it felt like something like hit me from behind.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So after we're doing our thing, investigated, we went back and over the evidence, and they were asked who attacked me, and whoever it was came through and said, "Kick, hit, Rick."
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, it hurt a bit.
Casey says, have you ever had a really funny paranormal experience?
Well, it wasn't really a paranormal experience. We were in another local cemetery, which was across the street from another cemetery of ours, called Riverside. This is during the day, and we went in this huge, beautiful mausoleum, you know, and it was me, Bubba, or Brian, or whichever you want to call him. Another investigator at the time. His name is James, and another investigator. His name is David, which I think he's been on here a few times. Not on your guys' podcast, but ours. We were just going down. I think it was a third level, and we heard a bang, or a really loud bang. I mean, what the hell is going on? So we're just sitting there, just all quiet, and we were checking it out, and we heard it again. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So we go upstairs, and we were looking for that loud bang where it came from, and it did it again, and we all just booked it out of there like a little schoolgirl, just running scared. Like,
What was it?
It was a sprinkler hitting a glass window.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Well, the sprinklers was for the Spokane guys. I guess that's scary. All right.
That was one of our funnier moments.
I have a question for you guys before we get to the next comment here. If there was any place in the world that you could spend let's say spend 24 hours in, one of the most haunted places, out of all four of us here, who do you think would give in and want to be let out first?
That's just mean, Marcus.
Let's attack each other. All right, so I'm going to do this. If there was any place in the world that you could spend a whole 24 hours in, where would it be?
It would have to be Pavelia Island in Italy.
Oh, okay.
That's where they sent, I think it was the plague
Rochelle?
Yeah.
Oh. What was the place called? What was the place called, Rick? You were cutting out when you said it.
Pavelia Island in Italy.
Okay. Rochelle, how about you?
Hey, now the other night we talked about in like the US, but you know what? I wouldn't mind going to Scotland. They got some seriously haunted castles, and that would be awesome to be able to go into those.
Absolutely. Nicole?
Gosh. I think it's in Mexico, or it's somewhere like down south. There's like this island full of like really creepy dolls, and it's supposed to be very haunted. I forgot the name of it.
The Island of Dolls. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I saw it on
is.
Ghost Adventures, and it looked really cool. You have to take a boat to get there. Like, you can't just walk there. I think that'd be really cool.
And yeah, and they don't pick you up until the morning or something, too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you would be stuck
If there was
4 hours.
If there was any place I would spend 24 hours in, it would probably be the Two Rivers Mansion in Nashville, Tennessee. I've talked about it a bunch. I definitely want to spend a whole 24 hours or longer in there. So, or Glen Sheen Mansion here in Duluth, Minnesota. I know Rochelle and Nicole, you may know about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
that one, I went there when I was really little, and that one didn't freak me out at all.
Really?
And when you're little, you don't really care. You're like, yeah, it's just somebody walking by. You don't think about it could be a ghost because there's so many people in there.
Yeah. Right. So we have a few comments here. Liz says, I have saw a lot in my house where I used to stay, shadows, and there was a man behind me in the toilet when I washed my face, and I turned around and he kind of flew away in Scotland, UK. Wow. Weird.
That's a bit weird.
For one, he sounds like a creep and a creeper for being in the bathroom with you.
Right?
But that's crazy though. Like you just turn around and he just flies away.
Right? No feet, just glides away. That's eerie. Ooh, that's eerie. I like it.
Matt says, like the ghost fart EVP I caught. Okay, that's funny.
That was not a ghost, and you guys know it.
Yeah,
Get over it, Matt.
And it says, I saw the Ghost Adventures go there in the North Ireland.
Maybe she meant
What? Yeah, I think she meant Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to go there. I know somebody who would love to go there and just add 2 more dolls to it.
Lisa.
Yep. If you're watching, Lisa, you can run, but you can't hide.
I finally get rid of that doll.
Liz says, I ran after the man, but he disappeared. Yeah, that's creepy. It's creepy. I want to ask you guys, what is the first ever thing you encountered ever? I don't care if it was like a spirit or a demon or just whatever you encountered very first before you even knew what paranormal meant.
For me, it would have to be at my grandmother's house when I was very little. I never got to meet any of my grandfathers. They both died before I was even thought of. And one time when we moved back from living down in Arizona, this is a story I never told anybody. I was going into the 7th grade, I do believe, and we were staying down in the basement. She had like a 3-story house. It was like a very, very nice house. How old her and my grandfather had it. And keep in mind, my grandfather Harvey, he died in 1961.
Wow.
And
so you encountered your grandfather?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
And what was that?
Did you see him?
Yeah, he's a very tall gentleman. Very tall, very dark hair. He's got a sorry. He's got like a huge cleft in it. He's got a huge cleft in his chin right here.
Okay.
Just tall and stocky. He's I don't know, he's like, I don't know, I was little, so he was like, yeah. So the next day I asked my grandmother, I was like, who's that guy that's down in the basement with us? She said, what guy? I'm like, oh, he's kind of tall, dark hair. He got a cleft in his chin.
Yeah.
And she goes, there's no guy down there. I'm like, yeah, there is. I was just And it clicked, and my grandmother immediately knew that was my grandfather that I encountered in the first time.
Wow.
Wow. How old were you? You said 7th grade?
I was going into the 7th grade. Yeah.
Okay, so about 12. Okay.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, Stuart says getting rocks thrown at you definitely would be a terrifying moment. Rocks just flying at you out of nowhere. That would be terrifying. Casey says when I was around for my mom, says I called her into my room and pointed at the ceiling. Apparently, I said, "Mommy, I'm not scared of that shadow up there. That's great grandma looking to see how big I got." According to my mom, there was no shadow, and I had never been told of my grandma since she died before I was born. Wow.
Wow.
Crazy. Liz says, I saw real fairies when I was 6 years old. Was the first thing I told my family, but they didn't believe me. I saw them for a week, and I saw a shadow before I knew about the paranormal. Absolutely. And I didn't understand it. And that's the thing. When you see something for the very first time, especially when you're little, you see something and then it just kind of disappears.
Yeah.
Of course, you're gonna wonder what it is or what's going on. So.
So I got a weird one, Marcus.
What's up?
Everybody's kind of heard mine about my grandpa, but I have MJ's first one. So this is when I knew MJ was like me. We are at a funeral, and he's like, "Why is everybody crying?" And I'm like, "Well, because he passed away, and I'm not going to say his name. So I'll just say Joel." So I'm like, "Well, Joel passed away," and he's like, "Well, Mom, he's right there." And he kept getting louder and louder. He said, "Mom, he's right there. He's in the middle of the row." And I said, "Yes, he's wearing his shorts and his t-shirt and his hat. Nobody else can see him. You need to be quiet." So by then, my ex-husband's looking at me going, "Get him quiet." And he literally walked down the aisle, looked back at us and waved. So MJ and I think MJ was maybe 5, maybe. And yeah, so that's when I knew he had it too. But by then we were already in trouble because we have disrupted this whole funeral because MJ's screaming like, "How can you guys not see him?" And I'm like, "Shh, buddy, nobody can see him except me and you." So it was really weird.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Here you go, Marcus. Here's something. I'm going to actually show you pictures of my grandfather, the guy that I saw.
Okay.
The weird thing was, my mom had these pictures before I even knew it.
Yeah.
So when I saw him, I was like, "Holy hell, Mom! That's the guy that I saw at Grandma's house." She goes, "Yeah, it's your grandfather." I was like, "Confirmed."
Are you sending them to me? We can put them up on the screen here.
Yeah, hold on a second. They're old school, like black and white. Hold on.
Okay. While we wait for those pictures, Nicole, what was the first ever thing that you encountered?
Gosh. It wasn't, I don't know if this is like technically paranormal, but it was a dream I had that came true. I had just random dream one night where so my aunt, who was married into my family, her father, I had a dream where he died, and it was just really random because I'd never talked to him before. I didn't even really know his name. I never thought about him, and I just had a dream one night where I went to his funeral and he died, and then like 3 days later my mom came and told me that he had passed away that morning.
Aww.
And it was like, wow, like it was really weird.
Yeah.
They like to say goodbye.
Huh?
They do that. They like to say goodbye to you.
Yeah, it was just weird because I'd never met him even, so I don't know. But
Wow.
it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Absolutely. It's going to freak you out,
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the pictures that Rick were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
Is that the grandma you were talking about too, or no?
No.
And when you said you had never met your grandfathers, right?
No.
And when you saw this person, they actually look just like this.
Look at Rick. Look at how much he looks like him.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely look like him.
The nose, the eyes, the face, and the ears. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
He is the original Jansen of the family.
Oh, wow.
That's where I got my last name. It's from him.
Right. Wow.
You look like him.
Absolutely.
He looked
Wow.
like him to the T, and that's why I asked her. She said there's nobody there. It's like, yeah, there is. There's an older gentleman. Yes, he is. He's there.
And you know, one thing that's very frustrating is when you know that you see something and everybody just kind of, they don't see the same thing that you're seeing. They play it off like, oh, you're not actually seeing what you're seeing. So. Matt says, read into a lot of fays, fairies, or spirits, golems, trolls, etc. Some are very active in spots near me. That'd be super cool to see.
Ooh, I'd like to go play out there.
Yeah.
Lisa says, hello, everyone. Then she says, I can spell hello, everyone. Thanks for rejoining us, Lisa. Liz says, wow, when I saw the fairies on my bed, it was all bright and a lot of colors. And they were really tiny. I could hear what the fairies was saying. They were so small. Wow. And Matt says, I'll take you guys to Para Unity Day. I'm actually really looking forward to this Para Unity Day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
And what's that?
We're going to have to go a day early because he's got all sorts of other places he wants to take us. So,
right.
And everybody else for that matter.
Right.
See, I figured it out. If we drive here from Spokane to Pennsylvania, where Matt is, it's a 35-hour drive.
Woo!
4 drivers, everybody rotates. 199.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of driving. So I was like, screw that. Let's go Greyhound, man. Nobody get.
Do they even have those anymore?
Oh yeah.
Do they? Okay.
It's actually a 17-hour drive for us. So
That's so long.
Right. Casey says, I feel like ever so often, some years the fairy folk come through hunting other little spirits in massive numbers over here. The wild hunt. Wow. And Matt says, week-long trip. Wouldn't be a horrible idea, to be honest.
I'd be down.
Right. Then we could actually sleep in between and be safe. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, I think I have a picture of my grandmother as well. Hold on, let me.
Let's see.
Yeah, if you have one, that'd be awesome. Because I want to see, because there's somebody that's by you, and I want to see if it's who I'm seeing.
Really? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Rochelle in action, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I have a picture of her. Hold on.
You know what? Actually, tomorrow. Let me see. No, you can't do that.
I do have a picture of her. Hold on.
Awesome. For all of our viewers out there, I've been getting some people with their first experience, but I want to hear more for all the viewers watching. What is your very first encounter that made you believe in ghosts and spirits and stuff? Liz says, I didn't know the paranormal consultant. I don't know why they picked me, the little fairies. Can mediums see spirits even in photos that other folks can't see?
Yes. Well, at least some of us, not everybody. Some can.
I think we got a message from Rick here. Let's see. You can get this up on the screen for you guys. All right, Rochelle. Time to put this to the test, huh?
All right. Hold on. I got noises in my kitchen, so I'm just checking it out.
Buddy boo.
Oh. Yeah. Yep. That's the one.
That's actually who you're seeing?
Yeah. She's talking
Wow.
more than she's showing me, but yeah.
Wow. Oh, we got 2 Ricks on.
Yep, I just got like really heavy chest. That's yep. She's letting me know.
We got
Weird.
2 Ricks on. There we go. Wow. All right. We have.
Wow. The
It'd be
echo is
interesting
bad.
to get someone to look at my dragon doll.
That's a Lisa thing.
All right, guys. Does anyone have any questions for us, viewers, or Rick, or you guys have questions?
I can't save you like that.
No, going once, going
Is
twice.
the echo is the echo bad?
No.
No. What? No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give our viewers a chance to kind of question us. What's up?
Maybe it's my connection then.
Yeah, there's 2 of you on here. 1 and 2.
No, you sound fine to us, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody watching, if you have questions for Spokane Ghost Crew or Minnesota Spirit Hunters, now is your time to ask us whatever you would like. Liz says, do you take protection when any of you go investigate? Always have protection when you go and investigate.
Yes, definitely.
Always, yes.
We actually have a few different concoctions that we put together for investigations. Just in case, also our mediums can kind of help fight off whatever it is, but that's not always the case. So taking protection is a really good idea. You probably shouldn't show up to an investigation without some sort of protection.
Say prayers as well. Prayer, you always do a prayer before you go in. We have protection. Everybody's got their own different kind. There's sprays, there's crystals, there's stones, there's all sorts of different things that you can use.
Absolutely. Yes.
What do you do, Rick?
We always believe in the buddy system too.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a couple. We went in a couple times, and a few would walk off, and we're like, nope, everybody needs to stay together. You need to stay in at least 2s because they can always peg you out then and pull you and do things.
Yep. I have a question for my Minnesota crew. Out of all of the events coming up, and out of all of the events that we have planned and the events coming up, what are you guys looking forward to the most?
I don't know the Boyd House. I know absolutely nothing about it, so I don't know what that is at all. So
you're not supposed to.
I know, but I'm just saying. So that's the one. I kind of know because the guy walking down the road that we're going to that was killed or whatever that jumps in your front seat. I kind of know what he's going to do. If he's there. But the Boyd House, I have no clue. So that's going to be like a total surprise when I walk in, and I won't know what's going to get there.
Yes. Matt says, I have a question. You guys want to check out abandoned bunkers from World War II?
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Good job,
That would be
Nicole.
awesome, Matt. That would be absolutely awesome. All right, Rick. So we're gonna start wrapping it up here. For one, Nicole and Rochelle, thank you so much for joining me on this premiere of season 2 of Minnesota Spiritcast. It was great to see you guys tonight. Rick, you are an absolute trooper for coming on with us at last minute. Literally, Rick was asked to join us 3 minutes before we were supposed to go on the air, and he was awesome enough to come on and join us. So we really appreciate that, Rick.
Oh yeah, thank you, Rick.
Hell yeah, man.
Yes. Liz says, I have done 2 with Tracy and Agnes in the priority and have a psychiatric hospital I've done. Psychiatric hospital? That sounds a little fun, don't you think?
Priority Psychiatric Hospital. Yeah, they're crazy in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what you're getting.
And Kendra says, hell yeah, she'd love to check out the World War II bunkers. So, I also want to thank Lisa for joining us for the time that she could. Everybody watching, you guys are absolutely awesome. I'm glad that everybody got to check out our season 2 premiere of Minnesota Spiritcast. So you guys you guys rock for coming on. So Rochelle and Nicole, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much.
What? Nuh-uh. I'm just kidding, Marcus. Put your eyes back in your head.
Casey says, I'm up for any new paranormal experiences. You and me both. And Liz says, thank you. Good night to everyone. Thank you, Liz, so much for joining.
Thank you, Liz.
Don't miss our season 2, episode 2 of Minnesota Spiritcast next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Time. We are going to have the one and only host ghost Brian James here with us for the full episode. So another big thanks to Brian James. A big thanks to all of our supporters for being with us 100%. Matt Barron, thank you very much for supporting us and coming on the show tonight. Matt says, Casey, you won't have a choice. And Matt says, great show, guys. Thank you very much, Matt. We appreciate it. And I'll reach out to you right after the podcast. So thanks for tuning in with us. Kendra says, good night, guys.
Good night.
All right, guys. Well, Rochelle, I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And it was a fun podcast.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right. Well, we will see you tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Yep. Sounds good. Bye.
Nicole, thank you so much for coming on. It's been fun and sharing your experiences with us. Definitely looking forward to it. And I'll also see you tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Have a good night. Rick, thank you so much, man, for coming on. Like I said, you were an absolute trooper for coming on and being on this season 2 premiere with us. If there's anything that you ever need, man, reach out to us because we're definitely going to be here for you guys like you are here for us. So,
oh yeah, man.
Man, we just love you and your team. You and Brian have been with us every step of the way, you know, and you guys have bent over backwards for our team. We look forward to doing the same for you guys. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday night when we have Brian on too.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a great
link.
night. Thanks for joining the Minnesota Spiritcast. We'll see you later.
See you.
All right. All right, guys. You heard it here first. You saw it here first. Rick Jensen, Brian James, Lisa and Rochelle and Nicole and everybody watching. We just want to thank all of our supporters for joining us for every single thing that we go live for. This was an absolute awesome show, getting everybody's take on different paranormal things and you know, just hanging out and having a good time. That's all it's about. Para-Unity Day with Matt Barron, September 26, 2022. Look forward to meeting a lot new people and actually meeting some of the familiar faces in person. So It's been fun, guys. And if you guys have any more questions, please reach out to us. We'll absolutely be there to answer anything. Or if you have any places you want us to check out or go to, please just reach out to us. It's been fun, and we will catch you guys at 9 p.m. next Wednesday night. And thank you guys for watching. Until next time, happy hunting.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.